Hi, welcome back to the module pointers. In this video, I will be explaining some arithmetic operations on the pointers. As you know, the pointers hold the address and the address is an unsigned integer value. It means it is a positive integer value. That is, it is a numeric value, so we can perform arithmetic operations on the pointers. However, we know that the pointer contains address. The result of arithmetic operations will also be of address. So these are some of the arithmetic operations which we can perform on pointers. Addition, subtractions, even we can increment the pointer, and as well as we can decrement it and we can compare also. Note that multiplication and division we cannot perform on pointers. So let me explain these operations using program. Declare one integer value and initialize some value to it. Now we are going to declare two pointer variables. One will be used for addition and one will be used for subtraction. After declaration of pointer variables, let's initialize it. So here we are initializing the pointer variables with the address of n. Now let's perform addition operation. I am going to add 3 to the pointer variable 1. So here is the formula to calculate the new address. The number which we want to add or subtract, first it will get multiplied to the size of the variable, and here we are using integer variable, and for 64-bit integer variable it will increment it or it will decrement it by 4 bytes. So here n is taking 4 bytes of memory. So the 3 will get multiplied by 4 and the result will get added to the current address and we will get the final address. It is not a simple arithmetic operation as pointer hold the address. After adding some number, again it will point to a address of another variable. That's why always the pointer variable will incremented by the size of the data of that variable. Here we are using integer variable, so it will incremented by the size of that variable. Now let's print the address. Now save the changes, click on build and run to check the output. You can see here the same value I have considered before addition. The address was this, and after adding 3 we got the result. So based on this formula the address will get calculated. Now let's try to perform the subtraction operation. Here also the same formula we will apply to calculate the new address, but instead of addition we are subtracting the value. Here I am subtracting the pointer variable 2 by 2 and we are printing before subtraction and after subtraction. So save the changes and click on build and run to check the output. Try to compare the result. This is the address before subtraction and we got an output after subtractions. Here we are decremented the pointer by 2, so 2 will get multiplied by 4 as one integer variable in 64-bit taking 4 bytes. So after multiplication we got 8 and it got subtracted from the current address and we got the new address. So in this way we learned addition and subtraction arithmetic operation on the pointer. In the next video I will be describing some more arithmetic operations on pointer. So keep learning, keep coding. See you in the next video. Hi, welcome back to the module pointers. In the previous video we studied the arithmetic operation addition and subtraction on the pointer. In this video I will be covering the remaining 3 arithmetic operations, that is increment, decrement and comparison. So let's get started. Here I am declaring one integer variable num and we are even declaring 2 pointer variables. One I will use to increment the value and the other one I will use for decrementing the value. After declaration, let's initialize the pointer variable and it will store the address of num variable. So here is the code for that. Now let's increment the pointer variable using increment operator. Increment operator is used to increase the value by 1, but as pointer variable stores the address, the value of the pointer will get increased by the size of the data type to which the pointer is pointing. For 64-bit integer variable, it takes 4 bytes of memory, so the address will get incremented by 4 bytes. So let's print it. Click on build and run to check the output. You can see here we are getting the output, but this is after incrementing the value. Now let's print the address before incrementing it. Let's check the output. You can see here the address before incrementing the value and the address after incrementing the value. See the difference. The address is getting incremented by 4 because integer occupies 4 bytes of memory. Here I have shown using this formula. So always the new address will get calculated by adding the size of the data and the current address. In the similar way, we are going to decrement the pointer variable. For that I am using ptr2. So here is the code. We are using decrement operator. We are printing the address before decrement, and again we are printing. The logic is same. Here the new address will calculate by subtracting the size of the data type from the current address. Let's check the output. Click on build and run. So before decrementing, the address was this, and after decrementing got the new address. You can see here the 4 bytes of memory has reduced from the previous address and we got the new address. For your reference, I have calculated the same here. In this way, we can increment the pointer variable as well as decrement the pointer variable. Now let me explain how we can compare the two pointer variables. Let's consider a simple example. Here I am declaring two integer variables. Now I am declaring two pointer variable, pointer A and pointer B. Pointer A will point to the address of A and the pointer B will point to the address of B. So let's initialize it. We can use all the relational operators to compare the pointer variables. So let's use one relational operator greater than to compare these two pointer variables. So here is the code. If the address of pointer A is greater than pointer B, we are going to print the message pointer A is greater than pointer B, else the control will come to the else part and we will get the message that pointer B is greater than pointer A. So let's check the output. Click on build and run. You can see here we are getting the message pointer A is greater than pointer B, but it is not clear. So what we can do here? Okay, let's print the address so that we will get a clear idea. You can see here using two printf statements I am printing the address of first pointer variable as well as the second pointer variable. Now let's check the output. It is clearly visible that pointer A has address which is greater than the address of pointer B. That's why we are getting the message ptr A is greater than ptr B. In this way we compare the two pointer variables. Multiplication and division we cannot perform on pointers. In this way, we have successfully completed the module pointers. In the next module, I am going to cover one more important concept of C programming, that is data file handling. So keep learning, keep coding. See you in the next video.